So to do these absolute value equations, your goal is to solve for x. And these are the steps that we walked through yesterday. We put in your notes as to what to do. So number one is to isolate the absolute value expression. Get the absolute value part or get the bars by themselves first. Once the bars are by themselves, I'm going to put a little note in here. If the bars or whatever's inside, if you have the bars by themselves and it's equal to a negative number, that's like saying that you're going to negative distance. We talked about that yesterday with the negative. If your bars are equal to a negative number, that is when you have no solution. That's going to pop up today. So again, please write this down. If your bars are equal to a negative number, that is when you have no solution. And the best news about that is you don't have to do anything. You write no solution and you're done. If it's not equal to a negative number, then you move on to number 2. You're going to remove the absolute value symbols. You're going to take the bars off and you're going to rewrite it with your 2 equations, and then you're going to solve for x. So the only new thing-ish today is that we do need to be a little bit more cautious and careful if your absolute value bars are equal to a negative number. If it is, then we're done. The answer is no solution because you can't have a negative distance. So let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says the absolute value of 3n minus 5 equals 7. So step 1 said to isolate the absolute value. So get the bars by themselves is what we kind of said yesterday. So for number 1, are the bars by themselves? Yes. There's nothing outside of the bars. So are the bars or is our equation equal to a negative number? Is that 7 negative? No. So sadly, we don't get to stop and write no solution. We do have to keep going with this one. So if it's not equal to a negative number, then that's when you take your bars off. I create my 2 equations. You take the bars off and you rewrite 2 different equations. You rewrite it as 3n minus 5 equals 7. And then you write it as 3n minus 5 equals negative 7. The 7 and the negative 7. The same sign and then the opposite sign. And now you just solve each equation for x using those awesome algebra skills, which is what we did at the beginning of the unit. So that is going to be part of your test review next week, is solving these types of equations. So it doesn't really hurt to kind of start now, I guess. So, yep, I'm going to add 5 here, add 5 here. I'm going to solve these separately. So then I get 3n equals 12. Then what do? Divide by 3. And you get n equals 4. There's one solution. You should always get 2. You're either going to get 2 solutions or no solution. You sure? Okay. So then over here, again, you add 5. 3n equals negative 2. Ew, this one's going to be gross. No. If it was the opposite way around, if it was 3 divided by negative 2, it would be negative 1.5. But you would do negative 2 divided by 3 gives you negative 0.6 repeating. 2/3 is 0.6 repeating. And then because it's negative, I just slap the negative out front. They pay me a lot. I paid a lot of money to go to school to learn that. Not really. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, you memorize. Okay, any questions there? Okay, let's take a look at number 5. That pen is too fat. I don't like it. So number 5, step 1, get the bars by themselves. Are the bars by themselves? No. What do we need to do? Divide by 5. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. Okay, so we need to divide by 5 first because the bars are not by themselves. We have to get them by themselves. So when we divide by 5, it just cancels from the left and we get absolute value. 2x plus 4 equals 10 divided by 5 is 2. Is this a no solutions? No, because it's equal to a positive 2. So if it's not a no solutions, that means you got to take the bars off and set up your 2 equations. So then you have 2x plus 4 equals 2. and you have 2x plus 4 equals negative 2. And now you're going to use your awesome algebra skills that hopefully you're getting better at. Subtract 4. 2x equals 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Divide by 2. And you get x to equal negative 1. Now, your x can be negative 1. You can't be equal to a negative up here when you have the bars still on. Then over here, we subtract 4. 2x equals negative 6. Ooh, we got 2 negative answers here. And you get x equals negative 3. So you can get negatives when the bars are off. When the bars are on, you can't have negative numbers. When the bars are off, fair game for everything. Any questions there? We remembering this from yesterday-ish?
Yeah.
Doing okay-ish? Okay, number 6. Are the bars by themselves? No, so what do we need to do? Subtract 6. Good job. I'm going to draw. So we're going to subtract 6. Absolute value of 3x equals 18 minus 6 is 12. Are the bars equal to a negative number? No. So that means that I actually can go through and solve this. So I set up my two. This is an easy one though, right? So you have 3x equals 12 and 3x equals negative 12 because the bars are off. I can put a negative number. All you got to do for both of these is what? Divide by 3. Ooh, and we get good numbers. So divide by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Divide by 3. Negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Kind of remembering this, hopefully, ish, a little bit. All right, last one I want to go over is number 4. Okay, are the bars by themselves? No, so what do we got to do? Ooh, look at you. Subtract 2. Subtract 2, and we have absolute value of x minus 5 equals negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. This would be a no solution because with the bar still on, that means a distance is negative 8. With the bar still on, if it's equal to a negative number, you're done. You should look forward to these because you don't have to do anything else. There is one on your assignment today like this. I know, it's so exciting. Okay, any questions that you can think of? Today, your assignment is in our Google Classroom. It's under classwork. It's a Google slide. It's kind of fun.
Is it manual?
No.
Not fun.